household farm, and well, today, as you can probably kind of see behind me, we are doing some hay baling. So we're out here in the Kubota. It's an M6040. This is Rick's tractor, and we've got behind me his Gale 1470 round baler. It's a 4x5, I think, round baler, but they usually end up being 4x4 bales the way we stop and stuff. But we're out here in about a 30-acre field. This is the last little part of it. Is probably, I don't know, a couple acres. And we're out here baling up. I was out here earlier today raking it on the 6040 here, and then now we're going through and baling it. And this is a really nice baler compared to the operation I used to be at. We had a Vermeer 605F, and that baler was just a piece of junk. It was awful to run. It got plugged all the time. It didn't tie very well. And then towards the end there, it started having difficulties lifting the tailgate door. This baler is nice. You don't even have to, on that one you had to weave back and forth on the roll. So here you can see, which the windrows aren't that great here in most areas, but you can see on the windrow there with the Vermeer, you used to have to weave from side to side because that would keep your bale level. If you stayed to one side, it would not, you'd have a lopsided bale. You'd end up with like a cone. But with this baler, you don't have to do that, and it's really nice. And then it's got, for those of you that aren't familiar with Rick Bork's channel, I'm sure he's explained this before, but it has electric time tie. Now it's still operator actuated, so there's a toggle switch, that far right one, right there. You operate the toggle switch, and that runs the electric motor way down there below the PTO shaft. It runs that back and forth, and you sweep it across just like you would with a hydraulically actuated one. And then when you're done tying, open up the tailgate, dump it out. But field's kind of rough, so if I get shaky, I apologize. But this is what we're doing today. Today's Sunday. Yesterday there wasn't a whole lot of field work done. We tried to do some hay cutting, and the hay vine broke on us. We had a bearing going bad, so I gave up on that. And then Rick bought a couple months back, probably towards the beginning of the year. Those of you familiar with Crazy Dave's channel, Rick bought a Gale flail mower, green chopper, whatever you want to call it. Bought that from him, and so I got that working, got that fixed up and running, and chopped a load of hay with that in the field that we tried to cut. But the only problem is that the wagon that Rick has, it fills up so fast, so I didn't even get a full lap around the field before the trailer was full. And there I had to cut over rows. I had a little bit of trouble starting. When we're in these leaves here, the baler doesn't like to start. It likes to have actual hay to start a bale. So I had to pull out of the row that I was in and come down this way and grab some hay. So I just had to switch rows there because I started in the other row when I grabbed. But yeah, it's working really nice. I kind of wish I had an 806 diesel. I kind of like my old Internationals and stuff, or I'd even go as new as an 88 series. That's all the newer I'll go for a tractor. I'll operate somebody else's nice new tractor, but I won't own one that's any newer than an International Harvester one. Come on, baby. It's working. But you can see like that there. It's a nice tractor, and it's 65 horsepower, I believe Rick said. But it's not quite enough, it feels like. Like that flail mower, it works that flail mower or green chopper works this pretty good. This baler works it pretty good. I feel like if we had an 806 or something like that, that we'd, of course the 806 is like 99 horsepower, even a 706 or 756 that was a diesel. Now Rick has that 756 gasser, but it's them 706 and 806 or 706, 756, 806, 856, those 6-cylinder gas engines, they just drain fuel like there's no tomorrow to drink it. And so it just becomes way too costly to run them things, especially with the way prices are currently. So that's why we run with the diesel here. But it would be nice to have an 806 diesel or an 856 diesel or 706 or 756 diesel, you know, something like that, just because they've got a little bit more horsepower than what this Kubota has. It just would, you know, it just makes things nicer. Now there's nothing wrong with this, it gets the job done. It's gotten the job done for Rick for years, but it's just one of those things where it'd be kind of nice and kind of fun to have an old diesel International. And like I say, it wouldn't, the 806, 706, and that's here, and of course the 56 counterparts, they would be more than enough. But you could even go with the newer series or whatever. But this is what we got. This is what we're running with. So, but yeah, so this is what we've been doing. It's getting to be kind of dark out, as you can tell. But as long as the baler's picking it up and sucking it in, I'm going to keep on baling. We'll see how long I can go and see what I can do. But this is what I've been doing all day long, is sitting out in this field, basically. Just baling up hay, raking up hay, baling up hay. We had some wind, so my windrows kind of got screwed up, kind of blew them apart. Made it hard for baling. But that's okay. We're not trying to do a perfect job. It's not really eating hay, so to speak, anyways. This is more than likely going to be bedding, because I believe, well, maybe not. I'm not sure if this was first crop or not, but it's, you know, it's late October, and it's just, it's kind of worthless hay, so it'll probably end up going for bedding. That's what Rick said. So, well, we're just out here helping him. He's doing some work back at the farm, and being that the work he's doing back at the farm doesn't really require 2 people, it's really only a one-man job, figured why not put me out here on the rake and hay baler and get this baled up for him, so, which I have no problem doing. I never really got to run a baler much anyway, so it's kind of fun to get to run the round baler. And it's really not that hard of a job either, so yeah, we're out here doing this. This is what we've been doing all day, like I say, and I'll keep you guys on here for a little while and let you watch the baler and stuff. I'll shut up, because I don't really have much else to talk about. I'll try to hold you as sturdy as I can. We're just about full on this one. You can see that marker up at the top there where it says 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is your, how tall of a bale it is. So it's almost a 4 foot tall. So I think we're going to call it quits at the 10.5 mark, coming up here shortly. So thanks for watching, everybody. staying tuned and supporting the channel. I know it's been kind of a tough time lately with all the change that's happened, but I appreciate you guys a very lot for sticking around. So, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys all next time.